It's Kringle time. Sit back and relax as we dive into a world of laughter and learning with the Kringle Brothers, reminding us that we are better together.
Hey,
Hey, welcome everybody.
hello, hello. How is everyone?
Welcome to Kringle Time. I'm your
Oh,
host, Michael Howe, along
eh,
with
Michael Herbie.
that's the first time I've ever heard you say that, Michael Irby. You're a hoot.
Well, I
So,
have to classify because we had such a wonderful weekend, but we've been blessed so much with the flat version of the Kringle Brothers.
oh, the wooden ones. I
That's
tell you
right.
what, Bubba did. That was just major good. We just got back from sharing in Tennessee, the Middle Tennessee group, which was a phenomenal time. Thank you, Wade and Scarlett and everyone there. What a great time. And of course we missed the Red Suit Conclave because of that, but Bubba made sure that we were there. Go ahead.
We were there in flat form,
In flat form. Yes.
meaning Bubba took some pictures of us from the internet and ran them through a chat GPT and created a cartoon image and basically created our likenesses on plywood boards. So we were receiving pictures all weekend long of people getting their pictures taken with the Kringle brothers.
It was a
So
hoot.
so right now they've been kidnapped and they're in Montrose right now until we can all get together. So maybe soon at a in-person event, you too will have the Flat Brothers
Well,
with
they're going
us.
to be in Ty's on Ty's float this
I
weekend.
know.
So it's just fun. It's fun. Yeah, that was great. And of course, it wouldn't be an out of the trip from Michigan if we didn't stop at Bucky's.
Oh my gosh, we love Bucky's. I'm sorry. I know everybody's sick of us hearing about Bucky's and everything else like that, but you know what? It's a great landmarker, great bathrooms, and it's just a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. So, well,
So,
talking about fun, I'm excited about who we have to interview in our series of We're Better Together, part 3, of course.
yeah,
You
we get the opportunity. You get the, well, not only us, but you get the opportunity to meet the mad scientist himself who gave us a platform to keep talking to you every week.
That's right. Bob McMasters and his wonderful
Yay!
Angela Mack or Mick.
Now, you
Sorry.
all should all take note of this. Angela doesn't appear on the screen often. So
No.
everybody give her a shout out.
Woo!
Woo!
And along with them, the infamous Santa Scott. Here he comes.
Hello, Santa
There he
Scott.
is.
You know,
Hopefully,
Oh, how is everybody?
good. Welcome, you guys. Welcome to Kringle Time.
Well,
hello.
thank you. It's an honor to be here, guys. I mean, my gosh, we're two, three of your biggest fans, and
Number
we're
one,
so
two, and
excited to
three.
be here.
Well, I tell you, so there's just I just thought it'd be a good idea as when we're our catch. It's not a catchphrase. It's personally for us, it's a way of life, you know.
Exactly.
And I thought it'd be really cool for them to hear the great Oompa himself, right? The man that started the whole gig, a little bit of the background with it and where we're going as a network and stuff. And so
Now,
I say, hey, come on.
I just want to interject this way: is I never heard of Bob being called of an Oompa because he's too big to be an Oompa Loompa and he's not orange. I figure Grand Poobah is a
Oh
much
yeah, the
better
Grand
ring to it.
Poobah. Those big buffalo hats with with Fred, the Fred hat thing.
Hey, don't get that passed. We can start wearing those. So
Oh,
Would
Royal
be.
Order of the TNL.
Oh
with
my
the
God.
logo on them, the Crinkle
There
Brothers.
you go.
Well, I
Oh
tell
no, TNL.
one of the things that's this weekend that was kind of brought up about like NASCAR car races, and the Santa's having patches on their thing. Who supports them, kind of thing. And you do the advertisement. I thought I need a TNL network patch. We got to put that on my shirt.
Yes,
Well,
we're
I tell
here.
you what, that's a great idea. And that's something that Spankle and I and Scott, Angela Wild talked about is patches and stickers. Michael showed us a sticker back in the green room a moment ago, made me think about stickers. But those are all really cool, inexpensive items that you can give away and help get your brand out there.
Yeah. So
Definitely.
So a quick shout out to Santa Scott's here, and Gary's here, and Kevin and Jennifer and AJ, of course. I know Sandy and Kane, and oh my gosh, look at
And Doug and Gary and Kevin and
Wade and
Jennifer
Scarlett
Blanksley.
and Bill, and oh my gosh, and Ty. Oh, awesome. I saw a
Ty's
picture
with us
today.
too.
I saw a picture of him today with his new beard.
Oh, I know. Oh, and Oliver Lowry says, Bob, that we can start calling you Buffalo Bob, but that may have weird connotations from Silence of the Lamb, so we might just stick with Bob.
Yeah, just Bob.
The Buffalo Bob goes with the poop hat, right?
Exactly.
The whole 9 yards.
Too funny. And Frank's on too, and Oliver's here. Welcome, guys. And so let's just jump in a little bit. And I don't have any order to say, you answer this or that. So I'll let you guys, get that with each other. But so how did the TNL Production Network, how did it first come about? How did this whole TNL thing start, Bob?
Well, I promise I won't answer the first 5 questions in the first question. So,
all right.
Well, it's something that goes back to my racing days, guys. And in the racing world, in the small time racing world, you really don't get a lot of media coverage or a lot of even newspaper print. So you might see a little small article about this big fireworks show at the racetrack, but they don't mention a whole lot about the drivers, the racers, the cars, the money that is spent. And me transitioning over into the Santa community, I realized that it's the same way here. Nobody was giving the Santa community 2 cents worth of time as far as media went. And I felt that it was important. Thank goodness for Gordon Bailey. I mentioned last night on last night's show about how he beat it into my head to pay it forward. And he was the one that opened my eyes up to education, how important education was. Between him and Tim Conahan, I mean, that's 2 of the best, and education is everything in our industry. I mean, you guys in Michigan at MAPS, y'all are constantly on together, honing your craft, coming up with new stuff, figuring out how things work, how things don't work. And that's something I've always envied about you guys, that you know, most of the organizations are tight. You have everybody that comes together in the chapter systems and things, but you guys really have always taken it to the next level. And so I was just sitting around one day, and I got to thinking about it, and I went to Gordon. I said, I've got an idea. I said, this podcast deal is starting to take off, and a lot of folks are getting into the podcasting. And I said, what would you think about us doing a show to actually promote Sat Bobs at the time, Santa in the business of being Santa? And he and I kicked it around, talked about it, and this went on for, gosh, I don't know, over 2 years, 2.5 years. And when COVID hit, we were kind of trying to figure this OBS stuff out, and Ron McLean was there to help us figure it out. Scott, myself, we were going to do virtual visits like everyone else was going to do that year. And so one night we, after months of trying to learn this OBS stuff, we were on together in a video chat, and I had mentioned a couple of times about it, and something was said, and the next thing I know, Scott says, Ron, reach over and hit Facebook Live. Let's do it right now. And boom, the camera was on, and there we all sat like, deer in, the headlights, like, and we didn't know where to go, what to do, what to say. Scott, he jumps in with his DJ voice. Welcome to Set Bob's Live. And, afterwards, and he'll tell you the story afterwards, we got back in and out of the Facebook Live, and I told him, I said, dude, drop the DJ voice. You don't need it. Scott, do you want to tell a little bit more about that?
Yeah, Scott, how
Good
did you
evening, everyone. Hey, welcome to Sat Bob's Live. And your host, hey, it's Bob McMasters. And here's Bob. And that's kind of how it started. And then Bob looked at me and said, well, like he said, you need to lose that. So I learned how to just talk and not have to improvise my voice at all. And at that point, it kind of got to where um, we wanted to pull away from Sat Bobs and not focus just on the school, because we felt like that we could promote more. And Gordon, God love his soul. I mean, as good as he is and he was to me, we just felt like that that we didn't need to. He almost felt like it was his show and that we had started, and we had his blessings. But at that point, I looked at Bob and I said, Bob, we need to do something different. And he looked at me and said, you're right. And I got off the show, and Barry Cummins came on it, and Ron got off, and Angela started producing it, and it became the Tuesday Night Live show. We thought Saturday Night Live, oh, that'll be great. Well, we did the Tuesday Night Live show, and that's kind of where it went from there. And Angela started producing it, and then Barry passed away, and Spangle came on, and I was doing scouts. In fact, I'm at a scout meeting I just finished, and I started doing scouts with my kids. So that the Tuesday night was off for me because that's when they met. And now, and all along, I've kind of always been involved behind the scenes, but that's kind of where it went. And and Angela took off with it, and I don't know that we could have done this without Angela to the point that it is now. And my blessings are to her. And Bob and I are nincompoops when it comes to computers, and Angela's the backbone um, behind the shows, every show that we produce. And Bob started saying, well, you need to come back on every once in a while. You need to, he wanted me back a part of it. And I never really left, but I was kind of doing my own thing. And then we were talking, and Bob says, we're not getting the following that I feel like we should have. And I said, okay, what do we need to do? Let's go on the road. So he and I, crazy as we are, took off to Gatlinburg. No, we went to Gatlinburg first, didn't we, Bob?
Yeah, we act like Michael and Michael. We just take off and do crazy stuff.
Yeah.
That's
But when we had gone to Gatlinburg, we had just done interviews. We'd asked if we could come, and we just interviewed the room, and we spent 6 or 8 hours on the air, probably, wasn't it, Angela?
Yeah, forever.
That first year. And Bob and I were beat. We drove over there like a bunch of banshees and turned around and did all these interviews and did a show live from our room. We had big picture windows and lights up with the backdrop, and people were in the street watching us like you would be watching, like in New York when you're watching CBS, ABC, or
Yeah.
yeah. And it was pretty cool, and we had fun with that. And I said, Bob, we got to come back and do this.
Fun.
And so then ISC came. You want to tell the ISC story, Bob?
Well, it's their show. Let's let them direct us where they want to go.
Hey, yeah,
I do
This
gotta
is-
say,
I
that
was thinking that.
that weekend in Gatlinburg was on the way to Gatlinburg when we found out that Gordon had passed. So it was a tough weekend. So I'm glad that we put ourselves to work, and we did, like you said, close to 8 hours of live coverage over the course of 2.5 days, I think it was. And she was wore out from it all. She kept saying, Dad, I got to have some time. I got to do this. I got to do that. But she's always so gracious. She jumps on anytime we need her. And again,
well,
back to you, guys.
I could tell you this, Angela. You are getting so much love in the comments. I hope you can see some of these comments. I mean, Mike Hutchings is Angela is the not so secret sauce that makes everything work. Sleigh Bell Mowing Santa says thank you, Miss Angela. Randy Wheelock was Angela sounds like Mrs. Claus. She runs the program.
Yeah,
And
who runs the North Pole?
Thank you.
But one of the questions we did get is from Bart Gaffney. What was your background? Was your background in media communications prior to TNL, or is this a learning experience?
It's a learning experience.
Well, I was going to ask the question. So, what goes into your planning typically for a show from start to finish? How do you plan that out? I know how we do it each week, but how do you guys do it?
Well, kind of the same way you guys, I'm sure. But, we try to find our guests, get those guests locked in, give them a date. The week of that appearance, we try to get with the folks. And, for the first 3.5 seasons, I would go over to their media, Facebook, websites, and just scour through the pictures, scour through the comments, the posts, and pull stuff out and make questions around it. and it got where it was daunting. It was like a full time. It took me 5-6 days to put a show together. So in the fourth season, we decided that we were going to get the guests involved more. They know them better than I know them. They know what they want to talk about, because I would have people after the show in the green room say, "Well, why did you ask me that?" Well, I don't know. I just, it looked like it was interesting. Well, why didn't you ask me this? Well, I didn't know you wanted to talk about that. So getting them involved was a good idea. It's really cut our time back. It still takes about 2.5, 3 days to put the two shows, speaking of the Monday show and the Tuesday show, together. And she's always there to help me do whatever I need to do. And it's on her end, she has, of course, just like you guys, have to set the show up on the media side and the announcements, and then, of course, get the show ready to launch at launch time. So
yeah. So do you still have spots available for interviews?
we do. We got about 5 slots open for the rest of this year.
Can I be bold enough to say, if you're interested in being interviewed, to email you, and hopefully, no guarantees or anything, but to see if it would work into your rotation at all? Can I?
Yes, sir. You bet.
All right. So you heard it right here. I should go, and I should have asked that question before, but I didn't. So if you've got something that you'd like to share with the community, something that's wonderful, that you would please reach out to Bob and hopefully let him know your idea, and hopefully you'll get a chance to be interviewed. I absolutely love that.
We haven't had our annual visit with the Kringle Brothers this year, so one of those weeks may need to go to you guys. You guys need.
We're nobody.
I tell you what, if someone.
What else are you going to do on a Tuesday night?
Tuesday night. What do I usually do on a Tuesday night? I tell you what, that's usually, I try to keep mama time as much as I can.
And I'm watching my big, beautiful, fabulous life. So anyway,
Well, bring her with you. There's nothing like we're all better together.
That's right. Go. So you start a comment, Herbie?
Oh no, I was going to say, Kane Smith says, "I'm so thankful for the TNL network." Oops. Somebody else is moving in there. Anyway, I'm so thankful for the TNL network and all of the shows. It's literally a free educational resource that everyone can take advantage of, and has created friendships that have transcended the virtual realm. I've been fortunate to meet Bob, Scott, Spangle, Santa Doug, and Jenny Claus. I don't know if I've ever met more kind and welcoming people. It's beyond me why every Christmas performer doesn't take advantage of such a valuable resource. I haven't had the chance to meet Angela, but she's become a dear friend, and I look forward to meeting in person someday. So what that just translates to, Angela, you need to travel with Dad and Scott and the rest of this loony. I'll tell you what.
I know I do. That's a goal, is to get out more. And
Michael and I have met up with them in Gatlinburg at ISC. They can't do technology. No,
I know.
We can't. We are.
Here's my question for you, Angela. Then, is there any funny, unexpected moments that's happened on air that you've been in the background watching it, and can you give us one of those little funny moments?
There's been
Angela, how much is it going to cost me to keep your mouth shut?
No, this is recent. There's been a lot.
This is recent.
One of them being him pushing the wrong button. He's got to have his 5 minutes of fame, y'all. And so they were coming home from Branson, and Randall and Phineas was doing the Monday show, and he gets home and he's like, I got to jump on. And he gets on here, and he's still logged in on his phone too, because he's driving home watching the show. So he gets here, and then there's all this feedback, and I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like looking at me, and I'm like, your phone is still on, and you're on over there. And so he pushes the button, and it just ends the stream. That was we just all had these looks on our faces.
It's funny, Angela. Mike just mentioned that too. Bob shutting down our live stream on Monday Night Live the week he came back from Branson. You go away, and next thing you know is all the buttons become foreign to you. Come on.
Oh man.
Too fun.
And then Monday was a good one. Phineas, I don't know what happened. Like, I'm still learning, the whole pro scenes and stuff. And something happened. I started the live video, the intro, and then he pops on, and then Phineas pops on, and then it's like stuck on Phineas while the intro's still playing behind him. And Phineas is like, he had this look on his face like, oh my gosh. He kind of felt uncomfortable. And then that happened to Spangle yesterday. He's like looking out of the corner of his eye and trying to cover the camera with a piece of paper.
Yeah, he goes.
So funny.
And see, those were just 3 within the last week. Could you
I
imagine?
know.
We had her,
Well,
and
and-
she keeps a journal of this stuff.
Yeah, learning new
Well,
software. We're
it's
learning
even
even
well.
much together. So yeah.
Well, Michael and Herbie, what you also got to realize is Spangle comes in with a bunch of I don't know, crazy stuff. He turned his camera upside down. So when she was trying to log it in and fix it all, he was upside down. She couldn't figure out how to turn him around.
That had me flustered from the get
Yeah,
go.
he just flipped his camera up on his screen and
Window has a hot key where
like
you can do that. Yeah.
couldn't figure out what we were doing wrong. Of course, again, it's the EV Mux. We just, this 3 weeks that we've used it 3 times and still trying to learn it. We
Now
was
you-
hoping to actually have it purchased and play with it, more than we did before our StreamYard hit ended, but we didn't. So it's a learning experience, like we said, by the seat of the pants.
And you guys you guys are using EV Mux Direct. You're not using OBS and then feeding that into EV Mux, are you?
No, we're going
No.
straight to EV Mux.
That because Bart asked that is the platform in OBS. So just to tell you, Bart, no, we're all on EV Mux and we're going directly through that and not utilizing OBS at this time.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Not for streaming purposes. Everything else I use I have OBS running right now, so I can do different stuff with it. But yeah, for streaming purposes. So I tell you what, let's run our dad joke for the night. I'm really excited about it.
Joke.
And we'll come back since we're on the humor kick right now.
Are you in your house and you're cold? Here's an easy tip. Just go stand in a corner. It's always 90 degrees there. Ho, ho, ho.
That was, oh my gosh.
That was so
Thank you,
funny.
Charlie.
Oh my goodness.
Is that CJ?
That's CJ.
Aw, CJ.
Too fun. Charlie.
Too much fun.
Charlie has a submarine one thing that he does too, which is major hoops.
Well, he ran it at Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
He did.
It was great. So I tell you what, we need some dad jokes. So if you would like to record a dad joke, just record it on your phone. But instead of this way, make sure you turn your phone sideways and then just send that to Kringle Brothers 2 at gmail.com.
Which way do you hold the phone?
Horizontal,
Okay.
not vertical, not
horizontal.
TikTok, horizontal.
Okay, just remember, up and down is TikTok. Side to side is video.
Vertical,
All right,
vertical, horizontal. Vertical,
Again,
horizontal.
big words. All right. All right, so let's see who wants to answer this question. What's the main message or feeling you want people to take away after watching a TNL show?
Well,
It got quiet.
I think this goes for all the shows. Starting next year with Doug and Jen and Chris and Kim, it'll be 8 shows now under the TNL platform. Wow. And we started this platform to cover events and to get the interviews, to document, but it's all about learning. Learning is the number one goal behind TNL Network Productions. That you guys teach every week that you're on, it's educational. Our show, Monday, is educational. Tuesday. So all the shows have been based off of education. So just as long as folks can learn a little something that they can use in their portrayal, or in everyday life as far as that goes. I mean, sometimes there's tips there about everyday life.
Yeah.
How about you,
Yeah,
Scott?
and I think that what what I would say that I want them to take away from watching anything on TNL Network is that, gosh, that was fun. Those guys are great, and their guests so knowledgeable. And I want them to go away with a smile on their face and being able to laugh and like Bob said, learn something. I mean, we've got veterans that are watching and we have first timers that are watching, and if they can learn from each other, even from the comments, because you can see the comments. But my thing is that if they go by with a smile and say, "Gosh, they were funny," and hey, I think I'm going to try that. I'm going to use that in my portrayal.
Now we do have. While we're talking about this now, Willie Burnett has actually. Where do I find TNL?
Wow, that's what I mean. I thought everybody knew where TNL was by now.
No, well, this is why this is one of the reasons why I wanted to do the Better Together series. So that way people can glean as much as possible, from it. So
Yeah.
how can they find you? How is this located?
Okay, Willie, we are on YouTube at
The Tuesday Night Live Show 1225.
and
Dude,
we're on Facebook under groups under the name TNL Network Productions. And
awesome.
we have on our YouTube, we have over close to 200 episodes. We're in the backside of our fifth season. We've been averaging about 35 shows a year. We've got on Monday with the Bob and Phineas show about the same equal amount of number of shows over there. So close to 400 episodes, all educational. We've
Oh,
Hall of Famers, we got beginners, we got brand new couples, we got interviews by so many folks, and we've even got interviews by some who have passed on. So that to me, I think, is the one thing that I'm so thankful about is those that we were able to get on camera and get their story, and and have that documented for forever for the future.
yeah.
And going back to the question on what message or feeling I want people to take away,
Mhm.
I want people to feel like they're a part of the family. Like, they belong there and we can
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
I don't know who
help
who had
them.
a chance to watch last night, but we've had a young man that got to work pretty bad on social media, and Spangle happened to see it. Spangle reached out to the young man and is going to help work with him to bring him along. He's brand new, had no idea where to start, what to do. He posted a picture of himself and he got beat up. People started piling on, talking about his less than expensive suit that he had on, the color of his hair, the color of his beard, his glasses, you name it. They were piling on, and Spangle, being the person he is, he reached out to him. And so last night, that was one of the things that we stressed was be kind, help
Yeah.
others. We're better together, as Michael and Michael say.
Mhm.
All the Maps guys say, and it's so true. If you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. Build your fellow man up. Don't tear him down. That's Randall Checkerly and my motto for Monday when we were together.
Yeah. I'm just going to throw this out since you hit this. This is just what doesn't mean. I mean, just letting you know my observation. So years of teaching middle school computers, I found that students would say things online that they would never say face to face.
Mhm.
So some of those comments, it's like I don't know why the online you feel like there's this barrier there. I would try to tell them, you know,
Keyboard warriors.
there's this barrier there that the inhibition's gone and things were just thrown out. You know what I mean? But
Well,
they
it
would
becomes
never do that face to face.
it's
So
because
it's like remember that more people see you online than they do face to face. So in other words, being more cautious online is a greater value. Yeah. I
Well,
just I'll just throw that out.
it's the anonymity of being online and hiding behind a false name or a some type of handle that people don't believe in that could ever be connected to it. For me, one of the best things about the TNL network and the various shows is we that's the whole purpose. It's to foster a community of well-intentioned, always assisting those that are on their journey, whether you're a beginner, whether you've been doing this for only a short while, or you've been here a very long time.
Yeah.
It's more important to be able to share in a safe environment. And I think that's the true purpose of the TNL network.
Yeah, and
Amen.
Willie, I'm glad Willie's a brand new set. I just wanted to shout out real quick, Willie. I'm glad you're here. I'm hoping that you're able to glean and help prepare, through all of our shows. So yeah,
And you know what? To each one of our listeners out there and those who watch this afterwards, just remember all the TNL networks thrive on your recommendations. So, in all the various groups, all the people that you talk to within the community itself who have never heard of this, turn them on to it. Allow them to enter into the realm of positivity. So, you know what? As the name of the series is, we're better together. Whether you're in California, Australia, Canada, Mexico, wherever you are, we're all the same. We all want to continue. As Santa Mel says, we're all Christmas
Christmas
magic.
magic. Well, speaking of together, we've got some people who have contributed and helped out the network. So let's run a little thanks for them right now.
Okie dokie.
Are you going crazy managing clients, contracts, and invoices? Kringle Tracker is here to help you. Stay organized with ease. Keep your sanity in check with Kringle Tracker's intuitive tools to effectively manage your schedule and clients. Our seamless, customizable contract system allows you to tailor your contracts to you and your clients' needs. Prepare for tax time like a pro by tracking your income and expenses and generate reports to make it a breeze. Transform your Claws business by signing up for a free 20-day trial. Kringle Tracker was created by a Claws for the Claws community so you can focus on making magical memories for your clients. Head over to kringletracker.com and sign up for your free trial today.
Welcome back.
We are back. I forgot what I was going to say after that.
Well, I'll ask, here's the question for you guys. So where do you hope to see the TNL network in the next 5 years?
Well, I want to throw this in now. Bob will hit me for saying this, but we're hoping that we'll have a G800 to travel around all over the world with TNL. But that's the hope. But that's a long fetched hope. But that would be great, would it not, for us all to be able to travel?
Ange, I'm thinking of you, Angie. What do you think?
I just hope that we keep on growing.
And for me, it's kind of already surpassed anything I could have ever hoped for. And I'm going to tell this real quick. And I know it's a long story, but I'm going to try to make it short. We were at Memphis at the ISE. We were having difficulty, Scott and myself. We were ready to just pack up, throw everything in the car, and leave because we, like I like to say, we had egg on our face. And you guys came along, and we got to talking. And before you know it, y'all spent 2 days trying to straighten our stuff out. And during that time, of course, we chatted and talked, and Michael Howell and myself got off to the side and kind of was talking while Charlie and Herbie was working on some stuff. And the thought was brought up was, what do you think about where TNL is? Kind of what you just said, except in the past tense. And I said, well, I can't believe that everybody hasn't heard about us by now. I can't believe that 3+ years in that our subscriptions on YouTube have been so slow coming. And we put so much into it with the hope of this thing taking off, a lot faster than it has. And I remember Michael said to me, he says, well, maybe you need to rebrand. Remember that, Michael?
Yep.
And I said, no, I don't think that's the problem. And you looked at me like I was crazy. And you said, well, what do you think? And I said, well, we tried that once because we started at Sat Bob's Lives, quickly switched over to the Tuesday Night Live show. And I said, I think we need to expand. And you kind of looked at me puzzled. And I said, but I've got an idea. Hear me out. I said, you and Michael, Herbie, of course, are so freaking funny together. You guys have kept us in stitches. You play off each other. You're the perfect Zan and Zan, or however you want to say it. You two you were meant to be together to do something and do great things. And
it's because Mom always likes him best.
But you're still better looking.
And I said to Michael Howe, I said, I got an idea. He said, okay. I said, how about if you guys jump on board and start a show and let us help you and get you started, and we'll even produce it if you'd like. Of course, I had spoke to Angela at the time, but I remember Michael Howe says, well, let us talk about it. I'll talk with Herbie and we'll let you know. I figured that was going to be the end of it, right? What was
MR Ducks.
Before I know it, they were calling me saying, yes, we think we've got it. We got an idea. And that's how the Kringle Brothers were started. Now, with that being said, I remember Scott hollering from the background in the conversation, Kringle time.
There you go.
Kringle Brothers. So
if you don't like the show, you can blame Scott and Bob, but don't blame Angie. She didn't have anything to do with it. She wasn't there.
She was thanking us because she didn't have to produce another one.
You guys have knocked it out of the ballpark, man. Y'all show is over the top. We laugh. We love it. We sometimes even want to cry with you. But you guys make us look bad because y'all are so much better at it than we are.
Well, thanks.
You guys are the trailblazers.
I'm
that's
not
all.
positive that's the truth, but I appreciate it. But I do know what is true, which I'm excited about tonight. But before, as we do that, let's do our trivia question.
Well, wait a minute. I got one more thing here.
Oh, okay. What?
Okay. John Schnagelberger said, since I promised to ask Angela a question last Monday, could you expand? And this is his question now, Angela. Now, it's okay. We can have Dad in the room.
I just saw the reaction, so I might be going, oh, there's a setup in here. Backstory that I don't know, yeah.
Could you expand on how working with your family makes the shows easier or more difficult to get things done?
I think Bob's taking a potty break. Scott turns the screen off.
Scott ran too.
All right, Scott's back. All right,
it's really not that bad. It's really not, because he does more than he lets y'all believe. He always wants to build me up like I'm just phenomenal doing everything here. But he makes all the videos and he does everything. I just do everything behind the scenes, but he does the.
And these shows wouldn't happen without you.
Yeah,
quit trying to downplay it.
That's my perception, that you are the sun and the moon and the stars.
And I would be like,
well, pushing the wrong button.
I'm still like that, Bob.
She has taught me so much about computers and just how to do everything when it comes to this technology that, us old guys, OGs, we didn't have the opportunity to, a lot of us, to grow up in a computer world. Like children now, 3 years old, they got the phone in their hand and they're going to town and playing videos and things. We didn't have that kind of stuff, I can remember when Pong came along. That was the coolest thing ever.
I loved Pong.
I love Pong. I love Pong. Yeah.
Do you know the funny part? That's probably the best unison we've had. It was over a video game.
Well, a lot that people don't realize that when Bob and I are when TNL's on the road, and that's kind of the new segment that we call it now. Um, and when we're traveling, you know, Angie still produces all this right out of Texas, whether she's with us or not. So she spends hours making us connect and making us look good. However, sometimes our connections are not really the best, but she makes the best of it and still makes us look good. And she's in and coaches us along. So we couldn't do any of this without her, especially on the road. And we did get some new equipment that we had in Branson, and it works well. And we tested it as far as remote mics and stuff. So on the road's going to even be better.
Well, that's what you. But that's what you all say. You have all this great equipment and it works for you in Texas, but as soon as you seem to cross the state line, it all goes kaput.
Well,
It's like these are not the droids you're looking for.
well, and there's some truth to that, but I think in Branson we had pretty good luck with your mic, Bob, and then the little new remote mics that we had picked up in from by advice from the guy from the television station, the Santa in Gatlinburg, and I used those, and I sent you some clips from an Oklahoma Santa chapter, local IBRABS chapter, where they had a deal with Darla and Santa JoJo. So I mean, they work well, and I think we've kind of solved some of the problems, maybe.
Cool.
But Herbie, you're so right. We can test this stuff all day long, and it works fine. That we get out on the road, and it just don't seem to want to work.
Yeah. That's true.
So we're moving into our trivia question.
So let's
and
move
Mike,
into the trivia, and
but
then we've got a special announcement tonight. So here we go.
do. Okay.
Or Santa's Closet has been committed to providing unique, high-quality accessories for Santa, Mrs. Claus, and the entire Claus community. Our mission is to deliver exceptional customer service and outstanding value, offering competitive pricing and a wide selection of products designed to enrich the Claus experience.
So, all right, before we do the trivia question, let me throw out this since we just watched that video. Thank you, Scarlett and Wade. But talk about personalized things. I mean, what are some of your giveaways that you give away as a Santa? Do you give those coins away? Good, naughty, nice kids. Do you guys give coins away? Yes.
Yeah.
No. Do you go stickers? Like I met Santa. Have you ever given stickers? All right, Bob has done that. Well, guess what? Tonight, if after the show you would go out to santascloset.org, you can customize those I Met Santa stickers with your picture on it at 10% off. And in fact, Wade told me, says anything that's in the store is 10% off till midnight tonight.
And how do you get this 10% off?
You type in a special code Kringle.
Dun dun dun.
Wait, I was waiting for Scott to do his DJ. That's right, Kringle.
And that's right, ladies and gentlemen. You too can get your professional personalized stickers with the code of Kringle.
So
please tip your waitresses.
Yeah. So take advantage of checking out all the wonderful accessories and things that are at santascloset.org and take advantage of that 10% off and order some customized stickers. And because, you can't, the customized stickers, there's only a certain window that they'll do with ordering them. You know what I mean? So that they're personalized for you. And so it's not like something you can just go order all the time, but the window is open. Take advantage.
Yes, don't forget to drop into Santa's Closet for your personalized stickers. The best choice when you choose for your giveaways for your Santa portrayal. Thank you and have a great day. That's santascloset.com.
.org.
.org, sorry.
santascloset.org.
So, all right. Ready, Herbie, for the trivia question?
I am ready, but let's not forget the rules.
All right. And the rules are?
You cannot win if you have won in the last 65 days. That puts you in the penalty box. Number 2 is...
I'm thinking Scott's got you all talking like, hello, welcome.
we won't discuss my first DJ gig and what they said I should have worked at, but well, that's a whole nother story. A
All right,
little bit
60
later in night.
days. 60
We've got
days.
65 days and you cannot ship overseas. So if you live in Canada, Mexico, or Europe and you're joining us today, unfortunately, we cannot have anything shipped to you unless
Unless
you have
a
a,
spot in the States that we can ship it to.
and maybe you have a summer home.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it's possible.
It is. Now
All
you made me,
closets have summer homes, don't they?
yeah, some are there, some are here.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, Michael, what's our trivia? Why I man
All right,
the
you
beauty
watch the
chats.
comment section. Here we go. What was the first Christmas collection kettle used by the Salvation Army? So, what was the first Christmas collection kettle? What was it used by the Salvation Army? Do you? I tell you what, those guys that are out there ringing, I so appreciate them, and yeah, and so now we've got Santa Bob specialty doing it. So, do we have anybody guessing yet so far?
Well, we have nobody guessing yet. Oh no, Santa
Ooh.
Billings came in with coffee cans.
That's
Sorry,
a good guess. That's a good
that
guess,
is-
Doug.
that's what I would use. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, wait. Sandy. Am I seeing that right?
Yep, that's the first one that came in. Sandy Garland.
Yes. So what was the first collection kettle used by? It was a large crab pot. There's a joke in there.
Yeah, because people were crabby when they were given their money.
I'm going crab pot. Yeah, there's got to be.
It had to be done in the northeast where they're doing a lot of crabbing.
So congratulations, Sandy. If you would, Sandy, send us your name and address and your shirt size, depending on what Scarlett and Wade have selected for this week, to kringlebrothers2@gmail.com, and we will forward that to Santa's Closet. And please remember to take advantage of that 10% off tonight. Remember, it stops at midnight in the midnight Central Time. So if that would be like 1 o'clock in the morning here.
1 o'clock in the morning, you have time to order.
Well, that's time to order, but I tell you what, I think I'm going to be in bed before that.
I'm going to bed after this. You know what? We've had some interesting answers on here. Santa Mike Connor said a teapot. Santa Cat. Oh, no, that's Stephen Kern said Ma and Pa kettle.
That was a good show. I like Ma and Pa kettle.
Bart Gaffney was a spittoon.
Oh my! Yeah.
Randall Checker Lee said horse feed bucket.
Horse feed. Now that one could have happened.
It could have been.
I kind of thought maybe it might have been a woven basket.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been. I don't know. Let's see. I'm making sure we keep on track here. Angie, I got your job here now. Oh, I know what time it is.
What?
It's your
Kringle time.
Oh, you want to do that tonight? I just figured, all right, so we got a little bit of time and then we'll get.
Then we're going back to finish.
Yeah, it's Santa Facts. That's the Santa Facts sound. And tonight's Santa's Facts is in Japan. All right. Christmas Eve is celebrated as a romantic holiday.
Aww.
Don't you like that? It's very similar to Valentine's Day, with couples going out on dates and exchanging gifts. It's not a national holiday there, but most people still work on December 25th, but focus more on the upcoming New Year celebration in Japan. But I loved how they do. It's like Valentine's Day there.
It's nice.
That's sweet.
Pretty cool.
All right. Everybody's
that's the Christmas fact from Japan today.
All right. I got a couple fun questions here.
All right.
If the TNL team were elves in Santa's workshop, who would have which job?
We should let them answer for each other. So Angie, you can say what Bob would have.
Bob would not have much control over anything. I'd be the one in charge cracking that whip.
Oh, so you'd be a floor manager.
Yes.
How about Scott? What would Scott's job be at the North Pole?
All right, Bob, what would Scott's job be at as an elf in the North Pole?
Oh gosh, he would probably be in charge of reservations.
There you go.
Reservation.
He's good at that, but realistically, yeah. But
All right.
I would put him out in the
Logistics.
reindeer barn and scooping poop if it was up to me.
Right,
Working with the. All right, now Scott, you get to.
Haymaker.
Yeah, no, Haymaker.
My story, Haymaker does that work.
Oh, mine's
Right.
High Step. Okay. Because
What would Angie's job be if she was at the North Pole?
Yeah,
well,
but if you
we're gonna
think you'd be a floor manager, are you gonna change that?
Nah.
Yeah, I'm setting you up. That's right.
Now, I was going to say Scott gets to say what Spangle would be doing at the North
Oh,
Pole.
all right. Yeah, you get
Oh, I know exactly what Spain will be doing.
what?
Creating havoc within the elves.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be his job. He'd have to be in the reindeer barn poop and scoop with me, probably. But
So this kind of goes back one of the comments here that I want to throw on Scott here. Ken Kringle says no remote broadcast can top Scott's visit to the ice cream shop in Florida.
Oh,
Nope.
yeah.
That was awesome.
That was really good.
And it made me hungry.
That's Scott at his best.
I tell you what, if we ever get a chance to go to Canada, though, to where Mike's home turf, Mike has this place that I keep seeing ice cream.
But
Right?
it's all mystery flavor.
Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah,
that's
if we ever
scary,
get a chance
guys.
to go to Phineas Land, we've got to go to his ice cream parlor because it's mystery stuff. I like that idea. That would be fun.
Oh, that's
So-
nice.
So I know it's hard to say this, but it's like this is a quick hour where our time's coming to an end. So last comments that you would like to leave and encourage before we leave.
For me,
Mine. I don't. I'll go first. I don't care.
go ahead.
My last comment would be: thank you both so much for having us on, and thank you for being part of the TNL. And my word of encouragement was: please follow all the shows and gather all the information you can, and learn as much as you can, and be the best Claus, Mrs. Claus, Santa Claus, or an elf that you can, and lean on. And I would ask everybody to lean on each other and let's work together. We're better together.
There you go.
Cool. Bob and Angie.
Go ahead.
I just want to thank y'all both for always being kind and saying all the nice things that y'all say every week about us. And
Well,
I want to thank everyone that's involved in TNL Network Productions. We've got a great crew of folks that have come together, and this is kind of something that I've been meaning to say on our show is you guys could have went out and started your own show. You didn't have to tag TNL as part of what y'all do, but y'all are so gracious, so kind. We're all here to help each other. Again, the beneficiary of what we do on air is those folks that sit in and week out and watch these shows. And I know it's not always the best content, and I know we goof up and, like I like to say, have egg on our face at times. And that was my biggest fear when we started this show. And Scott will tell you this. I said, the very first night, I'm scared to death of making a fool out of myself. You know what? I do it every week, and I do it with grace. It's life. I think the audience likes to see the real us, and you guys are genuine. And thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts for being part of the TNL network.
We appreciate it. And like we say, when we actually get out and teach and we even talk about it, one of the things I think all adults lost was the art of play. And this is what we're doing. We're not really, there's a lot that goes into these shows, but you know what? If all you do is see us all playing and having a good time, then we're doing everything right. And that's the most important thing.
I think folks have an idea of the time the sacrifice, the amount of even money that it takes, and Scott can reiterate this. Trips, that we take, you guys take. Hey, you just went down and participated in Nashville this last
Mhm.
weekend, and that's money. That's Bucky's. That could break your bank.
You got to save money. I save quarters for all my props.
Now
Well,
include. Oh,
I
go ahead.
mean, a trip to Gatlinburg, you got to realize, people don't realize that when Bob and I travel, I come from Oklahoma City and drive to Texas and get Bob, and then Bob kicks me out of the driver's seat because he doesn't allow me to drive, and wherever we go, and sometimes it's 2 days on the road to Gatlinburg
Mhm.
for one, and actually we stayed in three hotels,
Yeah.
Well,
Bob. I mean, and it's not cheap to do all that, and then you got to feed Bob, and he's got to feed me. So I mean,
But we
I've
do it.
lost 65 pounds, by the way, guys. So I don't eat near as much.
Congratulations.
Bob must not be doing very good.
We do it because we love what we're doing. We
Right.
love the
That's
concept
right.
of sharing, teaching, mentoring, paying it forward. Always there for everyone. Anywhere that any of us, I don't know, you guys, your philosophy is the same. You just love to help
Yeah.
people. You know,
Yeah, it's true. So we'd like to thank you guys for coming on tonight, and of
Thank you
course
so much.
allowing us to have the platform. You know what I mean? But more important, I'm hoping people see a little bit of the history, and in your hearts, for the network, because as it is growing, which is an awesome thing. In other words, more opportunities. Just a reminder, if you would like to be on the TNL live show, then please reach out to Bob and give him your idea of what you'd like to share. Because, like he said, you get to drive that a little bit, and so I love the diversity of that and the openness and the open that heart. So please reach out. That would be an awesome thing. We'd like to thank our contributors. Larry of insurance and Santa Roger, Mitten for the Kringle tracker, and the Caboose team. Major thanks to them for all that they do to keep the TNL network going.
and Wade and Charlotte.
Yep. Wade and Scarlett of Santa's Closet. We can't forget them.
That was next on the list. That's awesome.
I
And just a
know.
reminder, don't forget 10% off till midnight Central Time.
I
Uh,
know.
take advantage of that.
Also, a big thank
Don't
you.
wait till Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Sunday.
And
Yeah,
just remember, too, a special thanks to our lovely wives, Linda and Stacy. We couldn't do this without you. And remember, to each one of you, the viewers, you make this special. You make this worthwhile. Just like with
yeah,
any TNL show, we're here to be better together and to help you through those rough spots.
yeah. So until we meet again, may your days be full of joy, your hearts be full of light, and your kindness always shine bright.
And may the spirit of Christmas live in you every day of the year. Remember to be good, spread joy, and always believe.
Merry
Merry
Christmas
Christmas
to
to all,
all. It's
All
and to
all a
all a
good
good
a
night.
night.
good night.
We'll get
Almost.
that eventually. Afterglow
Hey, we're
party.
back. Oh my gosh, we have so much fun to thank and talk about. Just a couple little things here.
Yeah,
Once again, thank you to the Mid Tennessee Nashville group that had Michael and I down there. That was just so much fun. We met so many great
major thank
people,
you.
and that was just a blast. Wade and Scarlett, Genma, oh my gosh, you guys put on a great show, and thank you for allowing us to be part of it.
Thank
Also, too, is we've been asked many a times where you can buy a Kringle Brothers T-shirt. Dun dun
Oh,
dun.
you're gonna do that
Well,
now, eh?
I'm going to just say if you
I was gonna wait a little bit, but all right.
well, you know what? People have already bought some. It's
Oh,
out
okay.
there. If you followed us on Facebook, then you'll be able to find a QR code or the link to actually go ahead and order your own T-shirt.
Here,
What else did I miss? You're gonna model? Okay. I want
And
now work it, Vogue, catwalk, work the body. Okay, we're done.
Nice.
what about the hats?
Oh yeah, we also have some baseball caps up there as well too.
It's those
So
rustic caps. You know how they look worn?
yes,
New, but it looks worn. You know, it's
I
like
like the low.
buying jeans with holes in the knees.
Well, yeah. Well, I knew people used to actually get a pair of brand new jeans and take a gun and shoot them and put bullet holes in them.
Use some birdshot. That would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. But thank you guys, Angela. It's always great to see you. Thank you. You made
Thank
this charming.
you.
And also Bob, wonderful as always. And Scott, thanks for joining us.
All right. Blessings, everybody. We'll see you